FORA.tv. The world is thinking.
The second crisis is an ecological crisis, and I consider this to be the kind of first phase of climate change, including greenhouse gas-induced climate change, because we now have water refugees. When glaciers melt, when water is destroyed by climate change, people die. But I'm also trying to tell the story in the book, and the first chapter is called Where Has All the Water Gone?, that in fact we're also creating climate change by our abuse, mismanagement, and displacement of water. So as we pollute surface water and we can no longer use it, again, particularly in the global south, people are then pumping groundwater far faster than it can be replenished by nature. Just give you two examples. In India, there are 23 million bore wells going 24/7. And a group of scientists in the UK have just said that there's coming anarchy in India because of the exponential overpumping of groundwater. One night you go to bed and your community or your valley or whatever has water. The next day you wake up and it's all gone because, of course, it's all connected. And on the western side of Lake Michigan, there are bore wells going as deep down into the water sources, the groundwater that's supposed to be feeding Lake Michigan, they go as deep as Chicago skyscrapers go into the air, into the sky. And they are pumping groundwater so fast that they have now reversed the flow of water in Lake Michigan. And so they're now, instead of, they're not only interrupting the cycle of taking the water that belongs to Lake Michigan, they're actually taking Lake Michigan water, which of course is one of the reasons that the Great Lakes are declining. And we're also urbanizing areas of land that then lose water retentive landscape, because when you pave over and you don't allow place for the hydrologic cycle to function, you actually destroy the land that's needed, the type of vegetation that's needed for us to continue to have a healthy watershed. And we take water out of watersheds or aquifers for something called virtual water, which is where you use your water to grow something that you send out of the country in terms of export. When I was here in California last week, we were in Southern California, and Winona Howder from Food and Water Watch and myself launched a campaign to save the water of Lake Naivasha, where Out of Africa was filmed in Kenya. And it's being destroyed because the Europeans don't want to use their water to grow roses. So they've got these big water corporations surrounding this gorgeous lake, and they're destroying the lake just about as fast as possibly can. And in 5 to 10 years, it will be a putrid puddle, in the words of one scientist. So this is a practice where you desperately need any kind of jobs, and so you ship your water away. Or water is taken into large cities, where if they're anywhere near the ocean, it's dumped into the ocean instead of being recycled and put back into the cycle. So to me, it's a very important part of the story that has not been understood when we talk about climate change, that our treatment of water is actually creating climate change, is half the analysis and has to be half the answer.